Hello. Very random, but I wanted to tell a ghost story. Well, my own personal ghost story, something that happened to me when I was a kid. I was probably about 12 or so, maybe probably about 12. And it was kind of late. It was like 10 o'clock at night. Well, that's late for a 12-year-old. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And I shared a room with my sister at the time, who was like 2 years older than me. And I fell asleep. I was doing homework when it was time for everybody to go to bed. And I was, procrastinated, and, I was stuck sitting up on my bed, and doing my homework. And apparently I fell asleep just like that, like sitting just like that. And I just woke up, and I was just sitting there. And so I got up and put my stuff away, because my stuff's all over the bed, and my schoolwork and stuff. And the light in our bedroom is still on, but the door is open. The bedroom door is open, which is never the case. My sister is so funny about that. Like, she would never leave that door open. But I guess because I was still up, when she went to bed, she, didn't have that feeling of really that she was really going to bed, because I was still up and the light was still on. So the door's open, but every light outside of the door is off. So it's just pitch black outside of that door. So, I'm already like a scaredy cat. I used to have like night terrors when I was a kid. So, which basically means I woke up screaming every night. And so, I get up to go and close the door. And I look straight down the hall, which is my brother's room. And there's it looks like a figure standing in his doorway. Pitch black, like it's like super dark, and it's wearing this bright yellow, like it's like bright yellow, and it's just standing there in his doorway, and it's just kind of doing this, just kind of moving back and forth, and I'm just like staring at it, and then it's like I was frozen staring at it, and then all of a sudden I just reacted. When I reacted, I just like slammed the door. And jumped in the bed. I didn't even bother turning off the light. I left the light on, and just climbed into bed and pulled the covers over my head. And I don't remember if I fell asleep at all that night. But the next morning, I woke up and I went in my brother's room, because I kept thinking, even like as a kid, I used to try to make sense of everything. I was like, there had to be an explanation for that, right? So I'm looking around his room, and I'm thinking, he has a ceiling fan, and sometimes he hangs things to dry on his ceiling fan. Maybe he hung something yellow on it, and it was, swinging around. So I'm looking around his room just for something sitting on top of something, because it had to have been out last night, right? So the night before. And the only thing that was that color yellow that I could find in his entire room was shoved at the bottom of his closet, inside his closet, all the way at the bottom of a pile. It was a bright yellow jersey. This thing was way under there. I wasn't even aware he had it. That was how long it had been since that thing had been out. So I was just like, what in the world was that? And I still don't know. I still don't know what that was. But that is my ghost story. Can you do better?